Today we will be going across through ALE and IDoc. Before going through the class, uh, I would like to go through some basic things like what is the ALE and what does the IDoc mean, and we will be covering up the configuration structure. So basically, what is ALE? ALE stands for Application Linking Enabling. Okay, Application Linking Enabling, and this is nothing but it is a tool which will help. It is a tool which shall help to transfer the data from one SAP system to another SAP system. Right. So if you are transferring a data from one SAP system to another SAP system, then the tool what we use is known as ALA, right? So it will also help to transfer the data from. It's not only that it's only transferring the data from one SAP to another SAP system. It also transfers data from SAP to non-SAP system. But in this scenario, if it is transferring data from SAP to non-SAP, then it uses translators. And translators are TIBCO and XI. And then and translators will help to convert the language from the receiver to sender. Fine. Second, the question comes is why we need to transfer the data. What is the need to transfer the data? Basically, if a client is having operation in multiple countries and every country they have separate SAP server, then client is wanting to have all the data in one common server, and there we can use this ALE. So I'm just writing in short, client having operations in multiple countries and wants a centralized location where the data is stored. So here the role of ALE IDoc is there. And in second scenario, if customer is also using SAP, then by using ALE we transfer the document from customer system to another system, our system. If customer is using SAP, then we transfer the data from his system to our system. Here I can cite you a very good example, like if customer sends the PO to us, through IDoc, then we can use that and create a sales order. Like you all of you know, like for creating a sales order, a purchase order is required. So basically a purchase order is a document sent by a customer which he gives to us over the phone. But if he's also using SAP and the ALE IDoc communication is there, so he can send the purchase order through ALE, right? So this is one of the scenario where the data transfer is needed. Now, as we know, SAP is the integration of many. SAP is an integration of many third-party systems and also SAP system. It means ECC R by 3 can be communicated with GTS server or the TM server. Data transfer can happen between all these systems, right? Okay. Now, so what would be the advantages? So what are the advantages of ALE? Now, to be very precise, it will save the time of end users. It will save the time of end users. The second thing would be it will minimize paperwork. Right, because if a customer orders over the phone 50 materials, then he jots down all the orders and he will take that and then he has to create a sales order, and it will minimize also manual mistakes. So in brief, ALE is a tool which will help to transfer the data from one SAP system to another SAP system. It not only for SAP to SAP, but if it transfers from SAP to non-SAP, it uses translators. Right. Now, how does it basically transfer the data? ALE is a tool that will help to transfer the data, but it also needs a container where the data needs to be fed and it needs to be sent from one SAP system to another SAP system. And there comes the role of IDoc. IDoc is nothing but abbreviation would stand for intermediate document. So as I already told you, it's a data container which will help to carry the data. Data container which will help to help to carry the data from the source system to the target system. That is, it might be from SAP system to non-SAP system. Okay, and each IDoc contains a unique number, and with this number we can track whether this IDoc is successfully sent or not. So basically IDoc is a data container which will help to carry the data from one source system to another source system. For example, like if I say this is a system SAP, this is a system non-SAP. Non-SAP. Right. Just a minute. And the data it is going is IDoc. So from SAP, this data is getting transported towards non-SAP. Right. Then I just tell you like the structure of IDoc. It contains three types of records. Three types of record. First is control record. Second is data record. Third is status record. As you can see this, as you can see and visualize, like control record, data record, and status record. These are the three records of the structure of IDoc. When we send a IDoc is basically divided into these three segments. So control record is the header, like what is sent, to whom it is sent. Those things are there in the control record. Data record, like in control record, you can find whether it is inbound or outbound. But the main data, what is sent from one system to another system, is sent all the fields and tables it's stored in the data record and it's sent from one system to another. And status records tells whether it's successful or it's not successful or where it got failed. So as a functional consultant, like we need to every time go into the IDoc structure. Like to display IDoc, the T code is WE02, wherein I will be taking you to the T codes and we will be configuring. As this is the IDS system, we will be checking between the two clients. Basically, in real time, it happens between two servers. So it's almost the same. So here as a functional consultant, our daily role play would be to analyze and to visualize all the transactions that are occurring and to go and check the data if it is successfully passed from one system to another system. Now, one more terminology here we know is like EDI. EDI stands for Electronic Data Interchange. Electronic Data Interchange. It's also same like ALE. It is a tool that helps to transfer their data from SAP to non-SAP basically, and in SAP to non-SAP basically, and in between non-SAP to SAP. Like we use EDI if the customer is using industry specific documents, right? And industry specific document stands for industry specific docs are ANSCII in this format. And here also translators are required. If we use EDI as a medium, or if we use EDI as a tool to transfer the data, we require translators, right? Now some standard message types through which the data is sent from one system to another system. Okay, standard message type from standard message types Okay, standard message type from which data is sent from one system to another system. For material master, message type is matmas. Okay, for customer master, it is debmas. For vendor master, it is cremas. For order, it is orders. For delivery, it is DESADV. And for invoice, it's invoice. Okay. And T codes to display IDoc. W is 02, W is 05, W is 07, W is 09. So I will just highlight and make it big. So it's important that we know like what are the T codes to display required to display the IDoc. And one more important T code is to T code to send the material master from sender to receiver. BD10. T code to send customer master. Send the customer master sender to receiver. BD12. T code to send vendor master. BD14. So basically these are the transaction codes that are used very daily to send a material master, customer master, and vendor master. And to display the IDoc, it's W02, or we can go for W05, or W07, or W09. Now for outbound messages, number range is 0 to 49. And for inbound messages, number range is 50 and above. And if we get a get a success message as 03, or we can state it like this: success message number in outbound is 03. I guess you must be understanding what is outbound. Success message number in outbound, from where, which system the data is passing to the another system, outbound. So outbound system is 03, and success message in inbound is 53. I just change it to inbound is 53. So for outbound it's 03 and for inbound it's 53. And failure message in inbound is 51. So these are basically some messages. It's not only like these are the only messages that are there, but just to cite some messages that are there, some important. So this is the thing that it's displayed, but it doesn't stand only to 03, 53, 51. There are many more much messages. And one more T code to process the data within the same T code to reprocess the data with the same IDoc number. BD87. And T code to reprocess the data with different IDoc number is WE19. So these are the basics what I told you about IDoc, ALE, and what is EDI stands for, what is the structure of a IDoc, what are the important T codes to be seen in IDoc, and what is the T code to reprocess the data. Like we are sending the data, but if it is getting stuck, again to resend the data, and if we are sending with different IDoc number, then what is the T code, and some success message, failure messages in both outbound and inbound. Right, now we will go to the configuration. So basically I will be taking up two clients, as this is IDS system. So there will be two clients, client 800 and client 810, or we can segregate it as the sender system. Sender system and the receiver system, receiver system. Certain prerequisites, what I would say is prerequisites for both the password and the ID should be in working condition and we should be able to access both the clients within the IDES system. Just 1 minute. So sender system is client 800 and receiver system is client 810. First step, what we need to do is okay. First we will define logical system. T code is sale. So basically now I'm entering to the IDES system and I told client should be 800 and we are doing in between 800 is the sender and receiver is 810. So password is universal SAP user India 123. Transaction code is sale. Then we go to basic settings. Then we go to logical systems. Then first one is define logical system. Okay, the table is across client. So we just click on new entries and we create a logical system. ZLS is sender logical system and ZLR receiver logical system. So we have created, or just may rename it to ZLS 800 sender logical system, ZLR 800 receiver logical system. So simultaneously we will go to client 810 also. Here also the user ID is the SAP user, password is India 123. As you can see, client 810, and I type in the transaction code SALE. We go to basic settings, logical system, and define logical system. As this cross client is locked because we have already opened it. Client 800. So when we open this, we'll already find both the logical systems. A bit of mistake has been done, so we create it as ZLR 810 is the receiver and save it. So we have two, one is the sender, one is the receiver. So here also if we go and see, now here also it would be changed. Receiver is 810 and sender is 800. Now just to tell you the steps, like what was the steps I followed, it would be sale, then we come and click on basic settings, basic setting, then logical system, then define logical system, and we created ZLS 800 sender logical system, ZLR 810 receiver logical system. As this is cross client, no need to create in client 810 as I had shown it already. Now second is we will assign logical system to Assign logical system to client. The T code is the same. SALE. Path is also the same. Except so we execute assign logical system. We go to client 800, that is the sender, and assign the sender logical system. We had created ZLS sender logical system and click save. Okay. Basically in 800 we are putting it sender logical system. So you save it and then go to the receiving client, that is, or else we can go to as it is cross client, so I am doing it in 800 client, but I am selecting client 810 and here I am putting it the receiver logical system. So receiver logical system what we created was ZLR 810. ZLR 810. Yes. So what I would write is it's the same, and we will put here the receiver logical system ZLR item is assigned to receiver system. Receiver system. Now we will maintain RFC destination. Maintain RFC destination. T code is SM59. So for this, first we'll create in client 800. The transaction code is SM59. Click on ABAP connections and click on create. Here we'll put RFC destination as from sender. We'll put the RFC destination as receiver. So our receiver is ZLR 810. ZLR 810. RFC destination is nothing but the position in the receiver system where we are going to connect this. So it's a connection point. So we can maintain the description as receiver's logical system, that is 810, and directly go to login and security. Mention the language as EN, client as 810 because the receiver system, user is SAP user as I have already mentioned, and password is India123, and just save it. Okay, then click on connection test. If it comes in yellow, then everything is fine. Okay, now click back and click on remote logon. See, we have already gone to client 810 as you can see. So just let me write it down so that it's easy for you. What are the steps we did? Execute the T code SM59 and then create a RFC destination in sender system. We created the RFC for the receiver logical system, right? So we have taken here ZLR 810, and all the basic connections need to be set up as shown in the screen. So I'm not writing everything in detail because already this thing is being recorded. Like in and again we go to the receiver side and we create a RFC destination. So I just save it. Go to client 810. Client is 810 where you can clearly see. Enter the transaction code SM59. Click on web connections. Click on create. Now here this is the sender system and we will be receiving from 800. So here we'll put ZLS sender system 800. It's the sender logical system 800. Then go to SAP login and security. Just mention the language. Client would be again 800. User is SAP user. Enter the password. Then save the data. Click on connection test. If it comes in yellow, then it's okay. And click on remote logon and it will take you to client 800. Okay. So the basic settings and configuration have been done correctly. Now we shall create a port. I'm just copying it and making it here. Say in the receiver system we create the RFC for the sender logical system. from the sender logical system ZLS800. So execute the T code SM59 and then create a RFC destination. In receiver system, we created the RFC for the sender logical system, that is ZLS800, and all the basic connections need to be set up as shown in the screen that you had seen earlier. Okay. Now we shall create a port. Create a port. T code is W21. And the important thing is this define logical system, assign logical system to client and maintain RFC destination are done by basis consultant. And now creation of a port starts. It's the job of a functional consultant. So we go to WE21, click on transaction RFC and click on create. Click on port name and put a name as Z 800 to 810. So we are sending it from 800 to 810. Okay. Now description is ZL ZLS or we just put a sender port and IDoc record type is as shown here, and RFC destination would be the receiver system. Just I need to see. Okay, it's not there. ZLR star and enter ZLR 800 receiver system, enter and control S, and I save it. I'll define as shown in the screen. Creation of port not required in receiver system. Creation of port is not required in the receiver system. Now important is maintain distribution model. Tcode BD64. Okay, so transaction BD64 is the transaction code to create a distribution model, and functional consultant needs to prepare a distribution model created by functional consultant. So first go to the change mode and select model view and click on create model view. So simultaneously to write down and just minimizing it. First click on change, click on change mode and then click on model view and then click on create model view. Then we enter a short text Z material. Technical name we will give it as Z 800 to 810 as we will be sending and press enter. Already exists. Okay, so just let me check and delete it. Right, so select model view, create model view. So it will create a Z material. Technical name would be Z800 to 810 because I will be sending the material from sender 800 to client 810. Click on and continue and then save. Now just scroll down, click on the model that we have created and click on add message type. Right, so do I need to write it down? Then click on create model view, enter the details as shown in the screen and continue. Right, then just highlight the model view and click on add message type. So model view is Z800 to 810. The material would be sent through this. Sender is ZLS 800 and receiver is ZLR 810 and message type is, as we will be doing it for a material, it is mat mask for material master. Then click on continue and then save. Again click on the add message type and sender is ZLS 800, receiver is ZLR, and for this message type we need to select sync and click on save, and then as the material is already selected, click on environment and click on generate partner profiles. Model view already partner profile has come, no need to do any changes. Just click on execute. You can see all the green colors have been created. Just go back and highlight the distribution model what we have created. Click on edit and click on model view and just click on distribute. You can see all the logical clients. Model view 810 has been created in the target system ZLR 810. So no need to go and create again in 810. Just let me check.
You will no longer hear beeps until someone else joins the conference.
Okay, fine. Sorry for the inconvenience. So it has been created. So let me just narrate it for you, like what was done. Then highlight one, click on add message type. Here important is to uh, give the details of the sender system and the receiver system, right? And most important is the message type. We have used here matmas. Another was SYNCH. Then we again highlight the distribution model and click on environment. Then click on generate partner. Click on generate partner profile. Then execute. Then we again click on edit. Edit. Click on model view. Then distribute. And here nothing is required to be created. Need to create it is automatically distributed. Okay. So now the last step is generate partner profile. T code is WE20. So let me go to T code W20, click on partner type LS logical system, and then click on, or we just expand the logical system and just check for our own. Okay, here select the receiver logical system. Okay, double click on it. Automatically what we have created has come. Just let me write it out. Expand the partner type LS and select the receiver logical system. ZLR 810 and double click. It's a display all the details in the where outbound parameters. Okay, now double click on mat mask and you can see all the details: receiver port, tag size, basic type, and go to message control. Nothing is there. Telephony, so outbound options, everything has come. Transfer IDoc immediately. Basic type is matmask 05. Output mode is 02. Cancel after processing after syntax, and then save. Okay, so this we did in client 800. Accordingly, we will do for client 810. General partner profile WE20. So we just save it, go back, go to client 810, again transaction code W20, execute, expand, and here we need to create. So select partner type LS and click on create. Okay, select the partner, just minimize and write it here. And client 810 we select the partner type LS and click on create. In 800 we had expanded and we had done, but in 810 we will select and we'll click on the create. So here we'll give our partner number is the sender system, that is ZLS 800, sorry, 800. The details are shown. Partner number and the logical system number, right? ZLS 800 and type should be US, that is nothing but user. Then agent is SAP user. Okay, so we'll just go and just check. We select user. Okay, and here we'll make it as SAP user, and here you can see. Then we save it. Then here both outbound and inbound parameters are opened up. So here we have to do for inbound because it is for inbound 810. As you can see, it's for 810 client. So we'll press the insert button, and here message type is MacMask. What will search it? MacMask, and process code is Atom. Okay, then trigger immediately, cancel, then just save the data. Just let me write it down. Click on in the insert, click on in the inbound parameters. Click on in the inbound parameters, insert icon, and enter the data as shown. That is message type MacMask, process code NFTM, Control S. Now everything has been done. Now we shall create a material with only, so seventh is create a material. Create a material in client 800. Sorry, 8 is send the material using the T code BD10. Seventh is check the material in the client 810. So I'm just creating a material plus MM01. I'm creating a Levi's pant, and industry sector is okay. I'll go for a retail. And material type is a finished product. I will take only the basic data as the organization this has not been created, and in tomorrow's session we will go with complete organization, complete master data with all the attributes. So I created a library plan. Base unit of measure is each, and 0001. Then we created we take gross weight as 100 grams. 100 grams. Net weight is also 100 grams. So we save the data. Right. Material has been created Levi pant. So now we need to send the transaction flow is DD10. Material is Levi pant. Then just click on execute. See, one master IDoc set up for message step matmas because we are sending the material. It's generated. Okay. Now to also check to check the IDoc equals WE02. So we just go in just check slash and WE02. In today's date, we just execute. See, its direction is 1. 1 stands for outbound. Current status is 03. 03 I had already told you it's for a success message. If outbound message, till then we'll go and see data passed to port. Okay, status is as on 3. And what does the status show? Status record. Nice. Okay, I guess yeah. Data passed to the port. Okay, IDoc ready for dispatch. IDoc is generated. And in data records, we have all the fields and tables that are sent. These are the fields. Here. Now let us go to this is pant 810 and check it. MM02. We just put the pant name, Levi pant, enter basic data 1. Levi pant is created successfully in plant 810 and slash and SV11 in plant level. Also, if we check, Mara is the table. Here also we put Levi pant, click on execute. Levi pant is also created in the table Mara. So IDoc is successfully created.
Share it.